introduce yourself one by one? Danu, starting
Good
with
morning,
Danu.
sir.
Yeah, please go on. Any issues you are facing, Danu?
Sir,
Yeah, please introduce yourself.
good morning, everyone. I'm Lavanya.
Okay, okay, fine. Actually, you have joined using
Hello.
your friend mobile, right?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, fine. Yeah, go on. Please introduce yourself.
Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible. Yeah, Lavanya, please go on. Hello?
Yeah, sir, I'm there, sir.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Lavanya and I'm from CSC 20 passed out. I'm passed for sir.
Okay, good, fine. Next is Naveen Kumar. Please introduce yourself.
Yeah, yeah. Good morning. This is Naveen. I am from Visakhapatnam, it's located in Andhra Pradesh. I did my graduation in BTech from JNT Kakinada University, and I have recently done MTech in CAD/CAM. That's all about me.
Okay, okay, okay. Fine. Next,
My
when
name
you
is
are joining,
Farman.
please, yeah, yeah, go on.
Yeah. Good morning. My name is Farman Hafiz. I'm calling. My name. I'm coming from a trip tour and trip to Karnataka state, and I have completed my BG graduation in electrical and electronics from Acharya College Institute Technology from Bangalore.
Okay, okay.
Good morning, sir. Good morning,
Yeah,
everyone. My name is Chetan. I'm from Bangalore. I have completed my Master of Computer Application in Dr. AIT.
okay, good. Anybody else remaining?
Good morning, sir.
Yeah,
My name is Somnath. I'm from Bangalore. I completed my BE in Brindavan College of Engineering, Bangalore only.
okay, nice. Yeah,
Good morning, everyone. I'm Harshita. I completed my NCA in Dr. Ambedkar Institute of Technology.
yeah. Anyone else? Okay, fine. Let me introduce myself. So, myself, I'm Vijay Kumar. So, I have around 3.5 to 4 years of experience in software development. I have worked in various designations like software developer, project lead, trainer. So I have worked for reputed companies, reputed training organizations like Aptech, Roman Technologies. Currently, I'm working in an MNC as a software developer. Fine. So now I want to know what is the knowledge in Java. In what level you guys are in Java? What is the knowledge? Yeah. Please tell me. Um, yeah. Who has first introduced Lavanya?
Yeah, sir.
So, what is the knowledge you have in Java as of now?
Sir, I'm aware of basics, then core Java, sir.
Oh, then Harshita,
I know core Java, sir.
confident.
Not that confident, but I know.
Then Naveen,
Yeah. So Java means it's compiling, debugging the program easily. Why you can Java?
okay,
It's a simple programming language.
okay.
It's a compiler to bytecode or like it's
I'm asking.
actually
Yeah, I'm asking.
developed
What
by
is the
the.
knowledge you have in Java as of now? You know Core Java, Advanced Java. What is the level you know
Actually, I don't
Java?
know exactly, no, but I know basic.
Then next, please tell me.
Sir,
Uh,
I have a knowledge on core Java, sir, but basic only means like OOPS concepts.
okay, good. Yeah, please next person.
Sir, I'm new to this field, like IT field. I don't have any knowledge about Java or something like that. I have only knowledge on C,
Okay,
which I'm learning on evening shift, evening class.
fine, fine. Okay, so now we will start from the very basic, from scratch. How to download and install Java.
Hello, sir.
Yeah,
Sir, are you rating something or it is a blank screen?
no, I'll share. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Now, I'll give you a little bit of idea about Java. What is Java? Java is a programming language and it is object-oriented programming language. The developer of Java language is, who is the developer of Java language?
James Gosling.
James Gosling.
James Gosling. Now, whatever the disadvantages were there in the C and C++,
We
they
can't do
have,
the frameworking.
sorry,
We can't do frameworking.
in C, right?
So time compatibility.
Yeah, tell me. Yeah, what is the disadvantages we have in C, C++? What are the disadvantages we have in C and C++? See, here Java is procedural language. Java is procedural language. There is no concept of objects. Everything will be written in the form of functions. Then there is a concept called pointers. In C, they are using pointers. What happens if I mismanage the memory by using pointers? There will be a serious security issues. This pointer concept has been removed in Java. Memory management. Memory management internally done by the Java itself. Memory management internally done by the Java itself. There is a garbage collector concept. There is a garbage collector concept in Java. In case of C, we have to manage the memory manually. Apart from that, we have some more features like exception handling as well as multiple threads. Initially, Java is owned by Sun Microsystems, then Oracle took over in the 2000s, in the 20s. The first owner of Java platform is Sun Microsystem. Later, in the 20s, Oracle took over. The current platform owner of Java is Oracle. In order to in order to develop our programs, develop compile and run, we need one software that is called a JDK. JDK full form is
Java
Java
development.
Development Kit.
yeah, Java Development Kit. We need to download and install JDK. In order to download and install JDK, we need to follow some procedures. To download the JDK, we are going to open one browser. You can able to use any of the browser. In the browser bar, simply type www.oracle.com. In order to download any software, in order to download most of the software, you should be having an account with oracle.com website. Now how to subscribe or how to sign up for Oracle account, that we will see. If it is asking like this, simply say, no thanks, I'll stay here. Would you like to visit an Oracle country site closer to you? Now click on view accounts. Click on create an account. Now the email address, I'll give my email address. Actually, I have already I have Oracle account. So for this course purpose, I'm going to create a new account. Create account. For myself, first name, yes, programming. Yes, programming B0921 I'm going to copy this credential. Password. Make sure that your password will be containing one capital letter, at least 6 number of characters, and numbers as well as special characters. Like this is the password. Phone number. So you can go for your date of birth. It is going to send a verification email, OTP. Click on send. I got the verification ID. Simply skipping. I agree. In your case, you'll be having already account. You don't have to do all these things. Fine. Now, come back to the Oracle account creation. I'm going to give this email ID here. Then password. I'm going to copy this password. You should follow this password policy. So whatever the password I have given for Gmail, the same password I'm giving. So if you are not following this password policy, you cannot able to pass this requirement, password policy requirement. Should have upper and lower case, at least one number and one special character, and should not match or contain your email address. What I have done is, I have given, um, um, some more special characters and numbers, and the length should be at least 8 characters long. Country India, first name, last name, job title, phone number, company name, address. You can give any address. Our company base location is Kanakpura. State, Karnataka. Five six two one one seven. Simply click on create account. We just need one account. Create account. Fine. After that, we need to verify our email address. I'm going for Gmail. I got the mail from Oracle. Verify your email address. Click on verify email address. Click on continue. Your email address got verified successfully. Click on continue. To download JDK, click on Developer. Then you can go for Developer Resource Center. On the left side, you can find Developer Resource Center. Scroll down. Develop in your favorite language. We have Java here. Click on Java. Recently, most recently, they have released Java 17. Before that, we had Java 16. Recently, they have released Java 17. For this course, initially, I'm not going to download and install. I'm not going to use Java 16 or 17. We are going to download and install and develop our programs by using Java 8. What is the reason? Because in the software industry, most of the companies, they are using Java JDK 8. They are not going to use the latest one. They are not going to use the latest one as of now because of compatibility issues. When they finish the project, they need to deploy it in some of the cloud hosting platforms like Google Cloud, Azure, Amazon Web Services. Those platforms, they are not going to support Java 16 or 17 as of now. Support is going to come later on. So what happens if you are developing your software by using 16 or 17? If you are developing your software by using the JDK version 16 or 17, this one is not going to be compatible with cloud hosting platforms. Instead of regretting later, you should check first. You should keep the end in mind, like whether our Java version is going to be supported by the cloud platform. If it is supported, then only you should use. See, what is the difference between Java 16 and 17? Or what is the difference between 8 and 16 or 17? It is they have improved some security, as well as they have introduced some of the new features. First, I'm going to start with Java JDK 8. Later on, I'm going to cover Java JDK 9, 11, 12, 16, and as well as 17. What is the new features? Whatever the new features they have introduced, I'm going to cover those features. First, we are going to start with Java JDK 8. Scroll down. Here you can find that Oracle Java SC. SC in the sense Standard Edition. Oracle Java Standard Edition. As of now, Java is #1 programming language and platform. There are around 3 billion devices. Are running by using Java. For example, your car music player, CD players, Android TV. So many devices are running by using Java. Around 3 billion devices. There will be always market for Java programming language. Java is in the market for more than 25 years. Most of the companies to build their enterprise Java application, to build their enterprise applications, they are going to use Java. Most of the companies. Now, Oracle Java SC Standard Edition. Click on Learn More about Java SC. Now, we need to download Java Platform JDK 8. On the right side, you have this option. Under this, you have the download link. Click on this download link. It is showing the latest one. We are not going to install the latest one. Click on Java Downloads. Here, looking for other Java downloads. Frequently, they are going to change the UI, user interface. So they have changed some of the things. Now, simply scroll down. Okay, simply scroll down here. Click on Java 8. Java Standard Edition. Java Standard Edition Development Kit 8 update. Major version is 8. Then what is the update? Number it is 301. U means update. Then scroll down. Here we are going to download it for Windows. If you are having Mac, you can go for this one. So in our case, in my case, I have the Windows. Here Windows. Then architecture also matters. If you are having 32-bit architecture, if your system is 32-bit architecture, then you can go for only times 86. You cannot able to install times 64. You can only install times 86. But if your system is 64-bit architecture, if your system is going to support 64-bit, if your system is 64-bit architecture, then you can go for either times 64 or times 86. Both will be compatible. If your system is 64, you can download any of this. Now I'm going to download and install times 64. Download option is there. Click on this. JDK 8 update 301 Windows Time64.exe file. Click on this. You will get one pop-up window. Select the checkbox. Click on download. If it is asking you once again to sign in, just sign in with your credentials, whatever we have created as of now. I'm going to give that credential. Sign in. Immediately the download is going to start. It is about 169 MB. Guys, if you have any doubt, please, you know, please feel free to interrupt me and please ask the doubt. And every day I'm going to give you lot of assignments before coming to the next session, before coming to the next class. You need to complete all that assignments. JDK got downloaded successfully. Now, you can either just click on this downloaded file. Otherwise, if you are using Chrome, you can go for downloads. Here there is an option, 3 dots on the right top corner. Click on this, go for downloads. You'll get a new page listing all the downloads. Recently we have downloaded JDK. Click on show in folder. Double click on downloaded file. Installation is going to start. You are going to get this window initially, first window. Just click on next.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please tell me.
Sir, after the class, can you send me the video call? Like this
Yeah,
call, class video
yes,
call.
yes, yes. For each and
Okay,
every class, for each and every class, whoever are going to
uh,
attend, I'm going to
uh,
send this recording. Recording will be available, no problem.
okay, sir. Thank you.
You'll get this second window. Along with the JDK, we are going to get JRE as well, Java Runtime Environment. JDK is for development purpose. JRE is for production purpose. After you develop your software, after all the development process is over, for the production purpose, you are going to use JRE, Java Runtime Environment. Along with the JDK, they are going to supply JRE as well. After installing the JDK, you are going to get an installation window to install JRE. Don't do any modification for this. Keep everything as it is. Don't do any modification. Everything should be available. Three tools: development tools, source code, public JRE. Then, by default, JDK is going to install in the C drive. By default, JDK is going to install in the C drive. I don't want to install in the C drive. Instead, I want to install it in some other drive. Because already I have OS files in the C drive. If I install more software in the C drive, it is going to get the load. OS, my PC is going to get the load because in the C drive we have more software. Instead of that, I'm going to install this JDK other than C drive. To avoid the load for OS, I'm going to install it in a different drive. Click on change. Drop down button is there. Click on this. I'm going to install it in D drive. I have created one folder for the installation of development software itself. Please create one folder called development software without giving any space. Should not give any space. Without giving any space, you should create one folder called development software. How we are going to create that new folder? There is an icon here, create new folder. If you click on this, new folder will be created. You need to type the name of the folder without giving any space, development software. Go inside this folder. Here I'm going to create a new folder called JDK 8. This also should not give any spaces. JDK 8 folder got created. The URL should be looking like this: D drive, development software, JDK 8. Click on OK. Now the installation window is pointing to this directory. In this place, we are going to install our JDK. Click on next. It is going to take some time. When you are learning programming, keep these three things in mind. The first thing is patience. You must have the patience. The very first thing you need to have it is patience. Second one is concentration. You should concentrate. Third, third one and very important, most important one is practice. Every day you need to practice. At least for 5 hours, 4 to 5 hours. Patience, focus or concentration, practice. Keep these things in mind. You'll be successful. In the software industry, you should be having learning mindset. You should be your own learner. That is very important for the software industry. You should be ready to, you should be open to learn new things. So regarding assignments, I'm going to share you one drive link. You need to upload your assignments to that drive. So for each and everyone, assignment is mandatory. Everyone has to finish the assignment before continuing to the next class. And if you have any doubts, that might be simple one. Okay, don't hesitate to ask me anytime. So I'll be available. I'll be get back as soon as possible. Please don't mind to reach out to me to ask any simple doubt. No issues. JDK installation got over. Now it is asking for JRE installation. Same thing. Click on change. By default, it is going to install in the C drive. I don't want to install in the C drive. I want to install it in the D drive. Click on change. Scroll down. Expand this D drive link. Expand this D drive node. Expand this development softwares in the D drive. Select development softwares. Select development softwares. Click on make new folder. JRE 8. Enter. JRE 8. Press enter. Make sure that you have selected JRE 8. Then click on OK. Now the file system, the directory, it is pointing to data development software JRE 8. This is where we are going to install JRE. Click on next. Installation will be starting. And one more thing, please keep one notebook and pencil. Whatever the points I will tell, please make a note of it. It will be very helpful. So in the Java 8, they are providing two different installations like JDK and JRE. JRE is mandatory to run our Java programs. Without JRE, Java runtime environment, we cannot run our Java programs. This bundle is going to contain JVM, Java Virtual Machine, this software bundle. Whatever we have downloaded the JDK, this software bundle is going to contain JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Without Java Virtual Machine, we cannot able to run our programs. But in the latest version, 16 or 17, there is no separate installation for JRE. There is no separate installation, only one installation. JDK is going to install as well as JRE also. There is no separate installation. Now, installation got over, click on close. Fine. The very first thing we need to do here, go to the command prompt, click on Windows icon, type for command prompt. Search for command prompt. Open the command prompt. This is the default command prompt. So I have modified this command prompt for my, I have customized the command prompt. So if I open from this location, from the taskbar, I'm going to get this command prompt. So to keep the command prompt in the taskbar, type command prompt. Here go for pin to taskbar. In my case, I have already done it. That is why I'm getting this unpin. But you'll get pin to taskbar. Click on that. In the taskbar, it is going to display command prompt. The very first thing we need to do is to find out the Java version. Java space hyphen, single hyphen or minus symbol, version. Java hyphen version. Currently installed Java version in this system 1.8 0 update 301. There is a convention in Java platform. If the version is 8, they are going to call it as 1.8. If the version is 5, they are going to call it as 1.5. So for this 8, Java JDK 8, they are going to call it as 1.8, technically. But generally we can say that Java JDK 8. Now update is what? 301. JDK 8.0 update 301. And JRE version also same. To develop our Java program, I'm going to create one text file. Actually, in the desktop, I'm going to make use of Notepad here initially to create the Java program. What is the drawback? I'll tell you that. Right click, new text document, otherwise. Click on Windows icon, type Notepad. Double click on that, you'll get this new Notepad. We are going to develop our first Java program. Class A. Don't worry about all these things, all this whatever the gibberish, class, what is class, and whatever the keywords I'm going to use. Simply observe what I'm doing here. It is simply I'm going to develop a basic hello world program to print hello world onto the command prompt. Public static void main string args system.out.println hello world. File, save as. In the desktop I'm going to save. Now here we should be careful. Extension by default what it is? .txt. For Java programs we need to save by using the extension .java. Now the class name is A. Class name is A. Same name I'm giving it to file name. A. Go for .java extension. A.java. Otherwise, to avoid the confusion, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the class name as hello world itself. Class name is hello world without giving any space between hello and world. Click on file, save as. Now whatever the class name is there, in the same case, hello world without giving any space. Extension must be .java. Click on save. Now come to the command prompt. Currently my file is in desktop folder. Desktop also one folder in Windows. To navigate to desktop folder, type cd. cd in the sense change directory. cd desktop. Make sure that your command prompt is pointing to your name. In username will be there for every computer. Windows computer username will be there. In my case it is Vijay. Make sure that it is pointing to this folder. C drive users Vijay folder. cd. Here I'm going to trigger the command. Change directory. I'm going to change the directory to desktop folder. Directory and folder, both are same. Technically, we are going to refer it as directory. Generally, we are going to refer it as folder. CD, desktop, enter. Currently, we are in the desktop. That is where I have my hello world.java file. To compile, for the compilation purpose, we have one command. For the compilation purpose, we have one command called javac. So guys, please mute yourself so that we can avoid disturbing others. If you want to say something, please unmute and you can ask. Now, javac. Name of the class. What is the name of the class? In our case, that is hello world. Javac space hello world dot enter. You'll get the surprise. What is that? Javac is not recognized as an internal or external command. Our system cannot able to recognize what is this javac command. Our computer cannot able to find what is this javac command. We have installed JDK and JRE, but we have not configured what is that configuration is to set up the path. Setting the path after immediately installation of Java, we need to set the path. Where is our Java installation is there? Development software, D drive development software. Here, JDK 8. Go inside this. Then we have folders and files. Then go inside bin folder. Here we can find two most important files, .exe files. One is javac command, javac file. Another one is Java. These two most important. My system cannot able to find where these files are available in our computer. In our computer, I have not specified where these commands are residing. We need to tell the system that this is where these two commands are available in the system by setting the path. How to set the path? Now, what is the necessity of setting the path? It is in order to specify the command's location. In order to specify the command's location, javac and Java command's location to the command window. What is the command window? Command prompt, terminal, command prompt or terminal or console. Sometimes we are going to refer it as console. Command prompt, terminal, console, all are same. In order to specify the command's location to the command window, we are going to set the path. Now, how to set the path? Here, this is the location. we need to copy this URL. We need to copy this location completely. Right click, copy. Go to the address bar, copy the entire location path. Then search for this PC, or in some cases my computer. Right click on this PC, go for properties. Right click on this PC, go for properties. Select advanced system settings. Select advanced system settings. You'll get this window, system properties. Select environment variables at the bottom, environment variables. You'll get environment variables window. Here we have two sections. One is user variables for Vijay, another one is system variables. If you are going to add or change anything in the user section, it is going to only affect that user. In one computer, there might be more than one user, multiple users. If you are going to add or modify anything in this section, user section, it is going to affect only one user, that specific user. But if you are going to add or change anything in the system variables section, it is going to apply for all the users. That is the difference. Since I'm the only one user in this system, I'm going to make a changes in the user section, user variables for Vijay. Now the first thing what you need to do is click on new. Three buttons are there, new, edit, delete. Click on new. Under the users variables, click on new. We have two fields, variable name and variable value. For the variable name, enter path, either in the lower case or in the upper case. You should be very careful that you should not give any space in the beginning, in the middle, or at the end. Don't give any space. If you are giving like this, it is not proper. Don't give any space. Don't give any unnecessary space. Then variable value. Whatever we have copied, whatever the URL we have copied from the file explorer, bin folder location, that path address, you need to paste it here. Right click, paste. In the Windows 10, path will be managed. This is not the only one path I'm going to add. In the future, I might be adding some more paths. For that purpose, what we are going to do is dot colon. Dot represents the current directory. By using colon, I can able to add another path. But in Windows, this one is managed automatically. But if you are using Windows 7, if, if that is the case, you must give this dot and semicolon so that you can able to add another path. But in case of Windows 10, it is managed automatically. I don't have to keep this. If you are using Windows 7, follow this dot, then colon. Don't give any space. Since it is Windows 10, I'm not going to give that. Click on OK. In remaining all the windows, click on OK. 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 Fine. Now come to the command prompt. Whatever the command I try to trigger, same command, try to enter and compile. So, this one. See, in the command prompt, whatever the commands you have entered previously, you can able to navigate to those commands by using up and down arrow keys. Shortcut. Click on enter, you'll get another surprise. Still we cannot able to compile this. Still it is unrecognizable. Java says unrecognizable. Why? Before setting the path, I have opened this command prompt. Not after setting the command prompt. Now, this command window or this command prompt doesn't know about the path updation. This command prompt doesn't know about that path updation. So, that is why still we are getting this unrecognizable. Close this. Open the new command prompt now. After setting the path, open the new command prompt. Otherwise, it will not work. Open the new command prompt. Here, as usual, navigate to the desktop folder. That is where our Java file is available. Desktop. Now trigger javac command. Javac, name of the class. Hello world. Extension must be there. That is .java. Complete file name with the extension javac hello world.java. Enter. If you are getting this next prompt, that means your path updation, setting the path is proper and compilation also is proper. Syntactically everything is proper. Syntactically everything is followed. No syntax error. Now, this is the .java file. After compilation, we are going to get .class file. Before it was not there, this class file. After compiling successfully, javac command is going to generate a .class file. This is the .class file. Open this. We cannot able to understand anything here. This is what we are calling bytecode. Bytecode. We cannot able to understand this bytecode. JVM can able to understand this bytecode. JVM, Java Virtual Machine, is going to understand this bytecode, and it is going to convert this bytecode to the machine level code, machine understandable code. You might have heard that Java is write once, run anywhere. That is possible by using this bytecode. Write in any of the platform. Run in any of the platform. Write once, run anywhere. You don't have to modify. You don't have to modify. You don't have to modify the code according to the system architecture. According to the system, you don't have to modify. According to the different platform, you don't have to modify your source code. That is possible by using this bytecode. This bytecode, this particularly generated bytecode, you can able to run in any of the platform. macOS, Solaris, Linux, Windows, anywhere. That is why we call Java as platform independent. In any of the platform you can able to run. In any of the platform you can able to run. Bytecode or dot class file is platform independent. It is not going to depend on any platform. Write once, run anywhere. But what is platform dependent? It is JDK software. JDK software. Whatever the JDK software or JRE software we have downloaded and installed, that JDK software is different. For Windows, there will be one JDK. For Mac OS, there will be one JDK. For Solaris, one JDK. For Linux, another JDK. JDK is platform dependent. JDK is platform dependent, but bytecode or dot class file is platform independent. Please know the difference. Very important. Now what we are going to achieve here, platform independent is main thing. Then security. See, we cannot able to understand anything here. It is encoded format. It is in the encoded format. We cannot able to understand this, but JVM can able to understand this, and it is going to convert this bytecode to the machine level code. We are going to feed this bytecode to the JVM, Java Virtual Machine. Java Virtual Machine is going to convert this code to the machine native, machine understandable code, low level code. Okay, fine. We got the dot class file. After compilation, after successfully compiling this hello world.java, we got this hello world.class. Now how to run this? We have another option. We have another command, Java command. Java space name of the class file. Hello world. You should not give any .java or .class here. Simply name of the class file. Name of the class. Enter. You will get the output as hello world. Fine. We have compiled and ran successfully our first Java program. What is the next step? So we cannot able to develop our program by using Notepad itself. What is the drawback with Notepad? What is the drawback with Notepad? There is no syntax highlighting. There is no syntax highlighting. You should get in different colors. This class, public, static, void, system, out, println. All these are keywords and method name. Some are method name, some are keywords, some are class. You'll come to know what are all these things. There is no syntax highlighting. So it is, as a beginner, it will be very difficult to find out what is keyword, what is method name, what is class, all these things. And there is no indentation. Everything it is going to be written in the same level. There should be indentation like this, automatic indentation. Then it will be more understandable. We don't get that feature by using this notepad. So that is why we are going to install one small editor software that is called Edit Plus. Edit Plus. Now we'll see how to download and install Edit Plus. In the browser bar, go to www.editplus.com. Go to the download section. If your system is 64-bit, you can able to download Edit Plus 5.4 64-bit. If you want this software for 32-bit system, go for more option. You can find 32-bit software. In our case, it is 64-bit. I'm going to download this one. It is a small software about 2.5 MB. After the download, double click on the downloaded software. This one, Edit Plus. you'll get this first window. Accept the license agreement. It's going to extract the software. By default, it is also going to install in the C drive. So I'm going to make a change. How? Here there is a three dot. Click on this. This PC. Expand D drive. Expand development softwares. Select development softwares. Make a new folder called Edit Plus without giving any space. Edit Plus. Press enter. Make sure that you have selected this Edit Plus. Click on OK. Now it is pointing to Edit Plus. Click on Start Copy. Installation is going to start. You are getting the success message. Click on OK. Now click on Windows icon. Search for Edit Plus. Edit Plus. Right click. Right click. Then pin to taskbar. Give me a moment. The system is not responding. Guys, can you able to hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
My system is not responding. Fine. Do one thing. Can you join back? I'll restart the system.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because some
Yes,
more
sir.
things are there in this class. So please join back. At
Okay,
least
sir.
take 2 minutes of break. I'll restart it and please join.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.